So where is that music coming from? Do you hear it? I heard extra music. It was like I heard it.
Oh no, maybe it was from my laptop. I don't know.
There's an echo somewhere.
Oh shit. Sorry, guys. Is it me? I don't hear an echo. Hi, everyone. Do you guys hear an echo? Let us know.
Oh, another fun, eventful time because I do see it didn't go live. Okay, so no echo.
So no
I
echo.
just heard
It's
an
just
echo.
you. It's totally okay.
I think it was I had it on you. I had the YouTube to grab the link, and I see it went live on YouTube. I had to share the YouTube link because, of course, we jump on, and it will not connect to the Facebook groups. At least this time, we got pre-warning that it wasn't going to happen, so we could share the YouTube live link. I know in the event inside of the creative group, we also have the StreamYard. So if you don't do YouTube, there's multiple ways you can be watching live. I do see there's 21 people live watching. So at least some people found. I have no idea what's going on. I was just talking with Bree thinking I had another office page that I manage was taken down second time in less than a year. When that happens, I get notification from Facebook that my personal information or my personal profile is now, I don't know, I have group issues or whatnot. They're going to limit what I can do in a group. So I don't know if that's why the lives will not go in. I tried having Bree connect, but I don't know what's going on. And I love it when Facebook, because I'm connected to a page that violates terms. Not sure. They say that we were, threatening their community, but not sure what motivational quotes, do-it-yourself awards, birthdays, and anniversaries due to the Facebook community. And of course, trying to get help is not fun.
No, it's not. I mean, listen, at least it's not as bad as TikTok. I created an account 2 years ago when I claimed the domain Your Creative Hustle for the merch store and stuff. And someone noticed I didn't use it and wanted the name. So now that account has been banned and I'm trying to get it back. And I don't think I'm going to get it back. And y'all know my pet peeve of making everything universal. So it's driving me crazy that I can't have that name.
It's nuts. It's crazy. It's nuts. But we do have a new Facebook group. So that's kind of cool where, you're being very creative with your Halloween stuff. I know you love the Halloween stuff a lot, but I think we're going to definitely next month, because that's all about marketing for the holidays. We'll be getting into that creativity. Today's all about Canva, one of our favorite topics. And I love that we use Canva in completely different ways. So I think today everyone's going to be getting a little something. And yes, let's see, that's long. But yes, Jordan, they're all going to be replayed. We'll download, re-upload since it did not go live. We like doing lives in the group because then everything's easily stored. Otherwise, I have to download and re-upload, but it is in there. We've got the YouTube link. It's always something. That's the whole thing with doing live. So you guys can ask questions as we go. Otherwise, we could always pre-record and everything will seem flawless, but
that's no fun.
And yeah, so you never know. So I'm just going to go ahead and jump right into this. Hopefully everyone's jumped on. We've got at least 30 now, so that's great. Ask questions as we go along. We will try to read. Both of us can see the comments. So Bree can call out when I'm doing my thing, and then we turn it over to Bree and she gets to do our magic, and vice versa. And hopefully the dogs won't start barking because I forgot to.
I was just thinking that. I heard them outside, and I heard mine outside. I was like, oh gosh.
I forgot to close my door. Usually if I close my door, we're good. This morning I did have a hummingbird fly in my office. So hopefully
maybe it's good luck. I don't know.
Hopefully that doesn't happen. But they have like these long beaks and they're not nice. So when they come and they buzz right in front of me, like looking at me, it's like, oh no, you don't. I feed you. Don't you get away. Go, move. They get very aggressive this time of year. I don't know if people take the feeders out. So I don't know. But they go crazy by me. So, all right, let's go ahead and start with Canva. And let's see here. Canva for your business. Free versus pro. I personally am I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure it's still $12.99. You can do a lot of stuff with free. I use the free version for a couple years because just like Kristen, I know she was the last one. It was like kicking and screaming. She went over and now she's like, why'd you guys wait so long to tell me? And it's like, we didn't. It was, everything was Illustrator, Photoshop. I did everything there, but I did find, working with agents and admins, support staff to help, it was super hard using a program like Illustrator and Photoshop because one, not everybody has it.
Yeah.
Two, it's not a user-friendly program. And I think I finally bit the bullet and went straight to Canva when Illustrator stopped, everything went online. So everything I had on my disk, like I had to start from scratch, and I had every single preset that I had been using for 10 years disappeared. And I was like, I am not relearning this. I'm not redoing everything. I'll just go to Canva. And I found it so nice because I can easily share templates. I can set something up, give it out. There's just so many easy things that we can do. There's so many groups. Etsy, you can definitely go down a rabbit hole finding templates. So be cautious of that.
Yeah.
But it is super easy and there's a ton of templates. And I feel it's just constantly evolving. They're constantly adding new content and different things. And now they have the magic, right? They have the AI. They've got all of this awesome stuff going in there. They have a ton of videos. So I use Canva for everything I do. So it's just crazy. It's just awesome. It's mind blowing. Definitely go in there. Here's just, I know, like we've done classes before. I do love being able to have all my brand colors, all my fonts uploaded in there, all my logos, everything that I use consistently is just nice and organized in there, as well as different folders and stuff like that. And I like being able to set up templates. So you can have your just listed reels, stories, carousel. So I basically have everything as a template. Get a new listing, just drag and drop, change the information, post, I'm good to go. So by being able to set up a template and what I like, everything can be consistent, cohesive, and I'm just ready to go off the bat. It's just a matter of finding the designs and style. That's probably going to take the longest part of setting up your template, is because when you do a search, there's so many options. Templates. What?
There's just so many options. I'm like, oh my gosh, I fall down that rabbit hole all the time.
I was just on Etsy with a couple agents looking at different logo ideas, right? It's like, if I have no inspiration, I can just go to Etsy, I can go to Fiverr, whatnot, and just get out of that creative funk.
Yeah.
And oh my gosh, but then you're in the rabbit hole. Like you're done. And then 2 hours later, it's like, what was I supposed to be doing? I forgot. But there's just so many things out there that you can do. I love the different templates because then you can add your flair to it. Changing the colors, the fonts, and it's just when you get into that kind of funk, and I have probably definitely gotten lazier from when I used to use Photoshop, because in Illustrator, everything was like I had to do all of the work. And here I can just go, oh, let me get inspired, just get some creativity ideas going. And
hey, we have a question real quick. Someone's asking, do you think using the same templates is best for your brand?
I have different ones. So say you have a listing. I am probably going to do a carousel of like a mini photo album with a link to the listing the first week. The second week, if it's still there, I'm going to do a video. I'm also going to be doing reels and stories. So I have multiple templates, and I don't want to share the same thing every week. For the longest time, they were gone in a couple hours. I was lucky to get anything out at all, but I have different templates. So every week it's going to be shared in a different way, because I feel every design, maybe it's a video or the reel or the story or the carousel, grabs different people's attentions in different ways.
Very true. And a
What
thought that I've been having that I have not started experimenting with, but any of you guys watching, this might be a thought, is like, why can't we have campaigns like large corporations where we change our templates of whatever it is, whether annually, seasonally, whatever your heart desires? But that's something I've been toying around with, the idea of having, I'd like, this is this year's campaign, and then next year it might have a different variant.
I do that every year for the brokers that I help. Every year we get a refresh. Same colors, you know, it's still the Remax branding, but I don't want to post the same kind of birthday anniversary
It's
awards
redundant. Yeah.
for 10 years. So every year we get a refresh. And plus, I get bored super easily. So I have to change something up for sure. But no, so every year, all of the accounts that I do, we do a refresh. The branding colors will be consistent. Maybe the fonts are going to be consistent, but we're definitely going to change up the templates because I don't want it to be the same across the board forever and ever and ever. I just like the cohesiveness of the colors, the branding. That's to me the main point. And just like Remax, every year they change what they're putting out there. I love this year's 2023, the Unstoppable campaign with the navy and the little square stuff. I like that probably more than I've liked anything they've put out since 2013 when they had the black with the red, the Max Enough, and but I definitely like that. But I always usually will take elements of what they're putting out so that everything is just kind of branded in that aspect on a broker level. But yeah, so I use different templates, but they're all going to be similar brand cohesiveness. This is where you have a ton of extras. And I know Bree uses a lot of these elements. I don't use a lot of them at all. I'll use the YouTube video, like for a relocation guide, which I'll show you in just a moment. So I can use the element for that to, basically add the URL there. So that way it's like a live website. The photos I use all the time. So we may use Keeping Current Matters, and I may post from those blogs. I don't like their graphics. They're very stockish. So I have my own branding, and then, I usually soften the background photo. And like if the agent's in Florida, it's going to be more of a Florida palm trees. It's just, I want it to look more local.
I'm so glad you said that, because I actually just had this conversation. Publix. If you guys don't live in the Southeast, you don't know about Publix, or maybe you do if you visited. They have this new commercial. It's a tearjerker. It's always a tearjerker. But what I realized is if you look at 9 times out of their 10 out of their commercials, they don't have reminiscent vibes of like the South. Maybe they do if it's like South Carolina with like a craftsman's home, but like that kind of stuff gets to me. So I'm glad you said like regionally. Is like I want to see a house that's like based off where my geographical market is, or branding or whatever. So keep that in mind, y'all.
Absolutely. And then the music is great. I use that for like my market snapshots. I actually have a video template, which I'll show you. Just plug and play the numbers, and then we can add music. I have noticed using the music on here, which I do want, posting it everywhere, but I will get a little thing from YouTube every once in a while. So I'll have to go into the YouTube editor and just use one of their musics or whatnot. But still, if you're doing like a haunted house or, something like that, you can add music to whether it's a reel, a story, a graphic, a video, anything like that. And then videos have come so far in the last couple years. The KV Core headers, whether you're using Chime, KV Core, any other website that allows videos, I make all of those right inside of Canva. If you're in an area like Bree, there is more videos than we'll ever use because she's in a popular area. Of course, you're in Ohio, Indiana, there's still like living room, kitchens, kind of more generic-y photos. But if you're in an area that is popular, beaches, Boca, Fort Lauderdale, all of that, tons of videos inside of Canva. So I use those. I'll even put a bunch of them there. You can add text overlaying and everything else. save it as a video.
Yeah. Here's a good question for you. We had a couple
Yes.
of questions, but this one's right on topic. It says, what about copyright with music?
That's where it shouldn't be, because we're paying for the music rights. But I do notice on YouTube, I don't get dinged, but it will tell me like the music may be copyrighted, or maybe I should add something to it. But in YouTube, I can just go in there and edit. I don't use, when I'm creating reels, I don't even bother using music, because I'm going to add music for whatever platform I'm adding that video.
Popular, yeah.
Yeah, because I really want to go into the trendy music. That's a lot easier on an agent level than a broker level, like trying to find instrumental that's not like bad language and stuff. So it's a matter of like constantly being on Instagram, saving, to my library. But definitely if I'm doing a reel or a story, I'm adding that music straight from, if I'm creating it in Facebook, I'm using their music, because you will, it could be taken down. You could have it. I've even had words, I was at an event and there's a band playing and the video got taken down. So for copyright. So when it comes.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Rose is saying that she has noticed that she can't add music on her phone lately. So I know there's some glitches with certain apps in regards to that. I can't speak on Canva Video. I think Heather, we should definitely do a deep dive class on Canva Video, because that's even something that I know is there, but I have a plethora of apps that I just don't think to use Canva for video.
Well, and do you use it more on your phone or on the desktop?
So for creating designs in general, like complex designs, the computer, for the phone, like anytime you guys see my reels or anything like that, that photo cover has been through Canva on my phone. So it just depends. I think more complex things, definitely, because I have these, like, my fat fingers don't work right with moving stuff on the app.
I cannot use the app. I can't see anything. I can't, and I think it's because I set up my desktop all day. So I'm so used to the desktop version that when I have tried to go and do something on the app, I feel I'm so limited, or I don't know where anything is. And it's like, I don't have time for that learning curve. So I always end up.
Here's another great question I want to touch on before we move on to. Someone asked, oh, nope, that's mine. Just kidding, guys. Sorry, learning here. This is the first time on 2 screens. No, what? There was one about folders somewhere. I lost it. Naming your folders. And I guess Heather answered it too. So there we go.
No, and I didn't answer. So I don't know how that, I think that one that says my name, whenever you comment inside of here, it's duplicating. Yeah, it was kind of weird.
Crazy. Okay, here it is. Found it. Let's show it so everyone can see it. To be organized, what names should we use for our folders?
What names do you need to use for your folders? Oh, and Chris, I got the strawberry jelly yesterday, and my husband like ripped right into that, and he said it was spot on, the best stuff he's ever had in his life. So thank you. But let's see. But it was a warning that Canva could remove brand template in October.
Huh. That's different.
I have no idea what that means.
I don't see them removing brand kits because, they've restructured them. So you remember how Canva is restructuring where you access your brand kit? You used to be able to make folders. I think it's taken away the folder aspect. So you'll still have your brand kit in Canva. They're just housing it differently or naming it differently.
I know I could add templates in now my brand kit, but I already have different folders, so I don't use it that way. Definitely these 2 groups, obviously, most of you are watching from the creative. Canva for real estate agents, that's a good one too. They do share a lot of template links. I would love for our group to be sharing more Canva templates. I was trying to get on the group to do one every Thursday or Tuesday, or like Tuesday template, or I don't know. Trying to do that, but I have to come up with some ideas on that. But those are some groups. And now I'm just going to go ahead and remove this. And I will bear with me, because my Canva is a scary place to be. Oh, what Anna said, the brand hub versus brand kit.
Yeah, that's what it is.
And you can have multiple brands. So like here I have like all Remax. So I had added, and now I guess they have where you can have different photos and stuff like that. They didn't have that before. I've always just kind of had the logos that I use frequently.
Yeah.
Right up here.
And reorganizing these are not my favorite. That's what I'm going through.
And I've just always had it this way. Now I even have a folder because of the way they've changed it. It's not that easy to get to these logos anymore. So now I had to have a separate folder. So even though I have the brand kit, the colors are easy, but not the photos and everything else I have because of how they've changed things. So these I should go ahead and I could add them into photos there. Here are some graphics. Again, I have my own. I have no idea what I mean, I've even looked. I don't know what I would use for an icon.
So, you know what I was thinking? I just updated my link tree and it asked if you wanted to upload icons. So I was thinking like maybe little things for like my socials and stuff like that. I might put my icons in there so it's easily accessible for whatever I'm working on. That could be an idea.
So that would be different than like a logo?
I like for me organizing wise, I tend to put too much in the logos, like all of the Remax stickers, or if you're a different brand, whatever, maybe you have personalized gifts or something like that. I think it would, for me, make sense to have them there because not everything I'm going to have is going to have a logo on it. And I don't like scrolling. That's the thing. I don't want to scroll to find stuff because
I do searches for my folder names. And each of my master folders, I have separate folders, and one of them is logos. But I did want to show, like, see the Remax, it's all Remax. But then when I go back to, like, here's, my stuff, but I have multiple kits in there. So you can have multiple kits if you use different things or anything like that. And then, of course, I have folders. So I have a folder for stickers. So if I want to add a sticker, I just
smart.
Search. So I literally just went through, having Apple, we have the store. I went, downloaded them all, emailed them all to me, and then sent them over. So they're not all like
if you don't have them that way, and if you guys subscribe to Photify, you can download them with a transparent background through Photify and email them. Or even, I think, can you even upload it from the app? I haven't tried. I know I can send it to my uploads in the app. I don't know if I can then transfer it over into my brand kit.
I did it all from the app. I just saved a photo, saved it to so I have an album on my phone with all the stickers. Then I emailed them to me, and then I have them all in a folder in Canva. So a little bit of a process, but I know there's several links. Yeah. And I think even Kristen's has hers, the rem.ax/stickers or logos or Remax or something.
Yeah.
I know it's in the group. We've posted it several times. That has all of this. But yeah, on Photify, they have a lot more cool ones. But yeah, Photify is one that I use on my phone or tablet, make designs, email them to me, and put Photify in the subject. And that way it just goes into its own little folder in my inbox as I'm playing. But there's definitely lots and lots and lots of different ways that you can come over. Here's like one just on my office, right? And then I have subfolders in here. So it's like all the books and presentations are in one place. All the logos are on one stuff. Then I have all the different designs. And I did want to show you something that's pretty cool. So I do the market snapshot. It is video. I can just sit here and add a video and just come over here to elements. And maybe I want to do, real estate agent. And I'm just going to do a search, come over here to videos, and I just drag and drop. And if I want it to be, transparent a little bit for the background, that's all fine. But now I have like a real estate agent. But if I come over here.
Look how cute that is. Oh my goodness. Kenny's going to want to create a template like this now. That looks so good. Love it. All right, now I'm going to have to fall down a rabbit hole for videos. Thanks.
So, and then you download it, upload it everywhere, anything like that. So it's just nice. You set up that template. Every month we get the numbers. We just basically change what date it is and plug and play the different numbers. So it's just a matter of changing that out. And then I like everything to be on YouTube. You know, it's keywords, all that fun stuff. It's going to be in our blog. So that way it's, I'm all about video. If I can do a video for anything, I'm going to do a video. So just lots of cool things that you can do. I mean, we also do this in the market snapshot. So it's just, single family, whatever. So I'm doing the graphic, I'm doing the video. We're going to do it any which way we possibly can in any sort of format. But I did want to show, because as I said, I personally also go down a rabbit hole because I love Canva so much. And as I said, my Canva is a crazy place to be.
Yours looks way more organized than mine, girl. I feel like I got to step up my game. It's like it's always on the to-do list, right? But it always stays at the bottom.
So one thing I noticed when I was doing like the KV core class and how we had a landing page for relocation guide. The relocation guide, I basically went in, did a flyer. I'm adding multiple pages. So it's all there. That's where I can use the element, drag and drop. Florida has a ton of wonderful tourism videos. Maybe you have videos. Do a welcome introduction video, 1,000% if you can. She hasn't, so I use ChatGPT to get information, link it back out. All I have to do is go to share. You can download it as a PDF. The videos don't play the way I want them to on a PDF. So what I do is I just come over to share this and I share it as a website and I can decide how do I want it? Do I want it to be, toggling back and forth? I like the scrolling for this purpose. It basically makes it just scroll all the way down. So it just looks like a website. And it just, as you scroll down, you get all the information. You can even make it where there's tabs at the top, like a traditional website. You can share it however you want. What I like on her, I'll bring that over just, I'm a visual, so you can see how you can do your landing page this way is, let me go over to her relocation guide. So this is a relocation guide. I just made a background, So now when you put the email in, you're going to get this. What I love about it is because I'm only sharing it as a website, it's a live document. I don't want it to be a PDF yet. We're not done. So right now, this is what we have. I can add to it. So now anytime somebody generates a lead on the website by wanting to view this, they're going to see the most recent update. So if I add more content, they'll always see the most recent. It's a live document. So I love that since landing pages are not fun and you can't edit them once they're published.
I just love this. I'm ready to I'm like all of the wheels of what I'm going to do now. Thank you. This is going to be a deep, dark rabbit hole.
Oh no, the rabbit hole is when you go do a search from your homepage, real estate reel. This is where the rabbit hole really comes into play.
Oh my goodness.
Because when somebody's like, I don't know what to post. Well, just come here. There's a reel. There we go. Looking to buy a home. There we go. Maybe I don't like that video. Maybe that's when you come over here.
So we have another question
yes.
or a statement, I should say, that says they don't see the option to add music. So since you have that reel up, maybe we can add some music and show them where to find it.
Yeah, I think there is music on this. Let's see. Yeah, I feel like I'm at the horse races or something with that one. It's kind of funny. So come over here. Let's see. Where do I go to my elements? Because let me come out here. Audio right here. So I want to see all happy, upbeat, and then play. very Southern. I'm in Tennessee, y'all, so this totally fits. We'll just pretend it's a Morgan Wallen song or something. See how I just dragged and dropped it? And that replaces what they had for audio. Oh, I could even beat sync. I don't know what that is.
Oh, I have an app that does it. That's so cool.
Is that new? I don't know that I've ever seen that.
I don't know if I can hear it.
Probably not, because who knows where my speakers are, but
it's okay. So Inlight, you guys who do know me and have been following me for a while, Inlight is one of my hands down favorite creative developer apps outside of Canva. I think them and Canva are the best developers. They had an entire app devoted to syncing beats, and now they've incorporated it into all of their other apps, and I think it's the coolest thing ever. I've used it on my reels, where it's just really impactful if you have a video and it syncs with like a moment of transition, and it's like when the beat goes, I just love it.
I think I just use that in Instagram when I have when I upload videos or something, and then it has me choose, or I can skip that and just add the audio. But if I use a template and it automatically just does that work for me. But I love how I can come over here and change every aspect of this. I can add my branding to it. I can change the videos. If I don't want the brown and I want more beachy feel to it, I can easily just go to the elements and you do a search for, Florida house. And I come over here to videos. And this is where I can just drag and drop. And then fade it, whatever.
Brilliant.
So
love it.
Just know, you see how that just got really long? You can edit by just coming over here to crop. So on my other videos, like my market reports, I like everything around 4.5 seconds, because call it the 30-second market snapshot. So I want it to be under 30 seconds. But even if you did, video outro, let's see, videos, maybe that wasn't a good one. There's all sorts, maybe because I'm in the different designs, but you can see they have all sorts of really cool stuff. So I can just add, and it's much better not on the real thing, and I can get rid of backgrounds and everything. Aw, I had no idea.
So cute for Valentine's Day.
I thought I was going to say subscriber YouTube.
No, but that's cool. So make mental note, everyone. There are video outros that you can add.
Even our little intro video, I did it 1,000. Everything's done in here.
Great. This is going to be a fun one more thing for me to creatively play around with. Thanks.
Any questions for it? Let's see. Jesus, please. So if you have the Pro, you should just go to Elements, and then you'll be able to see the audio. And then you can do a search for anything in there. It's very generic audio, but it's pretty cool when you can add those elements. But I think we're ready to turn it over to you, unless anyone has any specific stuff. Those are the main things I wanted to be able to show, how cool everything can be, even like your blogs. So this is me. I do blogs. I turn them into reels. And then I can share it to my story, use the element to link to my actual blog. So it'll say read full blog here, and it hyperlinks to the blog on my website.
This is awesome. This is what I've been lacking in my life. I need it.
Because we need more things to do.
Totally. Just
give me a couple more hours. But their ideas. The sky's the limit. Our limitations are what's holding us back, honestly.
Yeah.
1,000%. All right. You ready to share yours?
Yeah. I mean, I'm still going to be all souped up on videos now, but let's do it. I love it. Because I don't use my Canva for that. So it's this is great.
And yes, I will say there is a size limit, I believe, of 1 gig.
Okay.
Because I do upload our own videos. Like we'll create reels for new listings from the videographer, and we kind of slice them up and put them in there to be able to create reels from the video, and we just slice it a little bit just to give it a little something different. But I did try to do a header. There was a couple drone shots that I loved, and I wanted to sew them together, and it was too large of a file because it was over a gig. So that's something to think about. But yes, you can upload your own. And I did a session this week with an agent. She wanted to have fun little gifts that she could use from her phone to, like I love Month of Miracles, because if you do any stories and stuff, they have so many awesome little fun children's miracle network, like, look at this. You could do that yourself. Just go and video yourself, upload them into Canva, get rid of the background, and save it as a GIF instead of an MP4. And now you can save it to your phone, and now you can use those on Reels and Stories. Telling you, my head's a scary place to be. I'll have to stop now.
I know. It's once it gets going, it's hard to turn it off. This is like exactly the point. If anyone attended our psychology of marketing class we taught, like once you open those creative like walls, it's an endless. You will never run out of creativity. You'll only find more. So build those neural pathways, because it truly does help your business. And as Rob Levy always says, the best marketer always gets the listing. I hold on to that. I love that saying. All right, so I guess I'm ready. Do I have to click anything to do this, or you got it on my end? Or oh, look at that! Yay! So here's my mess.
There you go.
This is my mess. Welcome. Come to my Canva. Let's play around. So I use Canva totally differently, but now I have new things to explore and have fun with. This is welcome to my world. I have folders. My folders look absolutely nothing like Heather's. They need to. I will eventually get there. So I'm going to start with some of the basic stuff that I do, because I do understand that my creativity is like next to level with some of the graphics and designs I make. You will definitely always see me make something and then use my phone to enhance it in other apps and put it together. So everyone asks me how long it takes to make some of the stuff that I do. Some of it does take a little bit longer, but some of these I make really quickly on my phone. And my entire premise behind it is, unless it's a concept that needs a little more percolating with it, I want to be done in 10 minutes. So I will be honest with the ones that took a little bit longer. Some of them, 10 minutes, I'm done, I'm out, it's posted, and there we go. So I made business cards on here. As you see, this is all from using elements. I live in the element realm. I have uploaded my photos. I rounded my edges. And because my husband and I are a team and we use the same photo, I made duplicate backs. And you can share and save them here just by downloading. And I wanted to point out this because I recently learned this when I was creating merch for my store, which if you want to explore it, it's called yourcreativehustle.com. Had to do a plug, sorry. Size can matter. So if you look at my screen, you'll see that there's, is it showing when I'm on or no?
I only see your thumbnails.
Why did it not move? Because I've moved. Oh, because I was on the wrong. Oh, you know what it is? It's only sharing. When I open a new tab, it doesn't.
Share window. So unshare.
Stop sharing.
And now share. I do Windows, so that way it'll get any tabs I open up.
Okay. Bear with me. Present. Share entire screen, right?
Yeah. I think I do window and just choose the side, the computer.
Oh, look at that. I got an option. Huh. Thanks, guys.
And that way, because if you share screen, it's only going to show the one. Or you'll be able to, there you go.
Okay. So now
I was wondering about that. I was like, well, it's scrolling because your finger was on it. So it was scrolling about, but I was like, I wonder if she has that open or not. Let's see.
No. Okay. So again, this is my very first class with 2 screens. I am growing, y'all. Thank you for the growing pains of.
Now that you've done that, you'll never go back to one.
No, I won't now that I have it. Okay. So this is the template. This is my business card. You can print through Canva. I personally have not used the Canva print. I love Zazzle for my business cards because Zazzle has this really pretty, like iridescent pearlized card, which I had one sitting here, but I don't know if it'll like shine through.
So you got those on Zazzle. I know I have got.
There's like a iridescentness to them.
And I did that on Vista. I got those, my Jeep tags. I did that.
Yeah, there's some really, really great options.
Play with it on. No, I like the ones Clinton did. That way you had the lady with the sunglasses. That was awesome.
Clinton has a really great supplier that he can source from. And I mean, like their capabilities are mind-boggling. Hands down, best cards ever. Now pinning him down to try and get a card is another story, but he's a very busy, creative man. So anyways, this is one of the more basic things that I've done, but just to give you guys an example is I created all of this with elements. If you zoom in, you have the ability to zoom in on a certain part. I added the little pins with the areas that I cover. I cover a very large area. And there are some cities that I don't work within this area. Great. It's helpful. All of this stuff I changed to my brand colors just to help, brand awareness. You want to have something. And then what I did
do want to point out, like at R4 big events like that, having that map is so helpful. And I mean, all the different groups with referrals, it's like, somebody puts in a city in the state of Florida and oh goodness gracious.
Yeah, it's hard. It's hard to remember, right? Like
people just start tagging people and don't realize like you do know that's 4 hours from them, right? Like that's not even on the same coast. But they just see Florida and assume. And like Florida's a pretty big state. So I think having those areas is almost crucial for even if you're just doing special cards for R4 is having a visual, the map, like where you are, like somebody's, hey, Heather, she probably knows people. She's in Tennessee and I need someone in Memphis. I think Memphis is like 7 hours for me. No, Maryville, East Tennessee. Gotcha. But yeah, nowhere in Memphis.
It's so true. It's so true. Yeah. And I loved it. So I just figured to do something. And what's crazy is for me, this is one of the more simplistic designs I've ever done. And I didn't know if I really liked it. But then it's funny because some of the creative things that you will make, you may not like it. Like Breeze to Keys, my hashtag, I think is the cheesiest thing in the world. It is like so like silly, but it works and it's catchy.
It's perfect.
Thanks. It's just like I don't know how to explain it other than sometimes the things that we don't think will work actually do work. And that's where you have to allow yourself to have the freedom to explore and just play around. And it's okay. I always take my creativity as a first attempt in learning. So failing doesn't mean I failed. It just means I learned. So I look at it that way. So this card, the only thing I will say is when you go to share, sometimes it can be a little wonky if you're putting it into Vistaprint or Zazzle. So this time around, I had to get the sizing right. And so for my husband's card, I ended up having to put a black bar at the top because it stretched the card so much that half of his forehead was cut off. But I got it to work. So have a little grace and patience when you are doing stuff from scratch. And what I was talking about before, which I recently learned, is when I go to download certain things, depending on what your purpose is, let's say you created a design that you want to make a t-shirt out of. This is going to be too small. So you have to toggle your bar over to a higher quality before you download. And then if I wanted it just to be, let's say I cut Kenny out and I just wanted it to be a transparent background, you can toggle that on and download it for a transparent background. So like Breeze to Keys, this I made in Canva. And then I decided to download it as a transparent background to use as my logo. And it was a font that I found on one of the gazillion websites that free fonts, which you can upload those fonts, as Heather had said, into your brand kit and have your own personalized font for you as an individual. So keep that in mind. And I use the font everywhere. I love that font. So this is a little card I made, and all I did was go to the elements and search for different things like circles or the map of Florida. I want to go into another one and show you, which one should I pick? How to edit certain aspects that you wouldn't normally be able to edit. So let's do this one. This was a social media template I created for our listings. This is I thought it was a frame. This is not a frame. Maybe it is a frame. But anyways, when you click on an image, and it won't necessarily be every single item. So let's say if I came over here and I wanted to add, we'll just do realtor. I would go to graphics. Let's try this girl, see if this works. So this girl, I want her to have like a frame around her. If I click image, it will tell me all of my different editing options. So this particular one will not give me that option. So now I've got to come back and find something else. And hopefully I'm not going to like run around and not get what I want to show you. There we go. Perfect. This is perfect. So when you have an image, sometimes if I wanted to add this little person here with a key, let's move him down here, size him a little smaller. Well, we'll make him a little bigger just for demonstration purposes. You see how all these additional tools popped up? These tools are huge. So I have used the background eraser and remover on multiple things, but what I want to show you is shadows. And I know some of you will have seen where a person will take an image of themselves and they have this squiggly like outline all around them. This is how you're going to do it. You're going to come into shadows and you can upload your own photo and this will pop up. You're going to do outline and look at that. Now he has a squiggly around line all the way around him, and I can change the color. I can make it red. I can make it white. Not that you could see white on here. I can make it aqua. There you go. And then you can, you can change other things. I can make it, where'd it go? There we go. Come back. It's been doing this for me lately. I don't know about you, but sometimes I'll go in and create something and there we go. All right, size. See, it gets bigger, smaller. So you can do fun things like this that you wouldn't normally do or even think to do. There's a total outline of it. I think that one's better. See, it's not, look, now I have this cool little like character guide with fun little like vibrant thing. So another option for me for bringing that up is for your photo. So if I wanted to make this have a shadow, the whole entire circle will now have a shadow, and it just gives me a different, can we do white? Yeah, maybe. See, sometimes it doesn't do it correctly. So that one didn't work. But anyways, we tried with that one. I lost my train of thought. So the point of that is to show one aspect of how to take your elements and amplify them into something else. So don't be afraid to explore and play around when you're creating things. I want to come over here again and show you something that I morphed, because I think when you're creating something, you can do other things and not be aware or know how to even get started, because you're like, all right, I have this cool business card, but I want to make note cards. So I took my business card and created a note card. And then I had these printed through, I think I did Vistaprint for these just because they had a better deal going on. I wanted paper that I knew for sure would it, you know how some of those pens just like get like icky.
Yes.
Yeah, I did not have the time for that. Again, I did not do the print option that Canva's offering. I do find them to be a little bit more expensive on certain things. I think maybe for t-shirts, it might be okay, but I don't know about y'all, but I love the Bella Canvas shirts for screen prints. They're just super soft. They're really durable. And I don't know if they do Bella Canvas. So,
Dude, so Canva has a t-shirt option?
yeah. So funny we
No,
say
I
that.
like the shirts, your shirts. That's like, okay, that's what I want. I don't like Teespring anymore. I don't like Vista anymore. I didn't even know Canva had an option, but that company that you had, they're like, I had to keep buying more because I'm like, no, they're like my jammy shirt, you know, because they're so
Right?
soft.
They're so great. Yeah, I used Bonfire for a campaign and they were great. But there's other companies now that offer them like Printful, Printify, other print on demand companies as well if you're looking for stuff. It just depends on, what I guess like interface you want to use that's more user friendly for you. So the business cards, I took these, whoops, wrong one, and I went over here to resize. This is a great handy dandy tool when you have your template ready to go, but you need to make multiple different features. And I think I searched for note card. Yep, see, look, here's a note card. It gives me different sizes, different layouts. There is a little work, or like you have to put a little work in it once you copy and resize it. So copy, resize. Here we go. Now see how it spreads it out. So I'm going to have to resize things and move stuff around a little bit. That page isn't bad, but when we come down here, like, oh my gosh, I've like,
Where'd you go?
yeah, I like disappeared. So you have to play around with it. And maybe this template won't be good for you. Maybe you have to find a different one. I totally forgot that this part of my card was a picture that I had done. So what I did was that, and then I used this is how I came to get my template for it. So I resized it, couldn't tell you which one this is. Oh, I did print folded cards for this. So I took my business card, which was my first design, and because I went uniform everything for my brand, not just my social media posts, I then resized to find whatever else it was that I wanted to take that information to, and I had to stretch it a little, get the sizing. Once you have the design done, that's the hard part. The just lining everything up, then it takes a little work, but it's not too bad. And then there you go. There's my inside page, and that I downloaded this as a high quality. Again, high quality. We talked about toggling it over so it actually won't be blurry or pixelated when it prints. And I downloaded that to my computer, to a folder. Then I searched for who had the best pricing at that time. And especially because we're getting close to like when everyone sends out their holiday cards and stuff, you guys, this is a great time to start thinking, what am I going to need in paper form for my business for the next year? So they always run really great specials on Zazzle, Vistaprint. I keep saying those two. I think there's another one, but I didn't really. Redbubble is another one, but I'm not as much as a fan as Redbubble. I've had a few things come from them where the packaging was damaged and it was just, I gave up. I gave up trying to get replacements. It was a nightmare. So I saved all this, uploaded it into another like Zazzle or Vistaprints website as the photo, just resized it a little bit, found what I wanted, and bought those in bulk. So, yep.
That's
That is a
awesome.
fun thing to do on the simplistic side of keeping your branding uniform and having those ready to go paper forms.
I think one of my offices, they use the printing service for like their holiday cards or invitations and stuff. I think they use Canva to do it.
Yeah, I think Rhonda, a girl we know, Rhonda in Texas, has used it, and she had no complaints. I'm more of a bargain hunter, personally. So if I can, some people like convenience. There are sometimes I like convenience, but there's a lot of times where I'm like, nah, I can get it for a little bit less over here. I'm gonna go over here.
I think I use Vista for almost anything print
Everything.
because
Yeah.
it's so cheap and I don't know.
Yeah,
It's
totally. And if you guys have Rakuten is totally worth it because it's cash back. And they actually will, like, towards the holidays, have really good, like, I don't know, 5% or 10% cash back through Vistaprint and Zazzle. So another way to save. Um, unless you need write-offs, which is great. So here is another one I made from scratch. This is very simplistic. I took a listing photo I had for a property that sold on the water. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to send mailers to the neighborhood. So I searched for a postcard. And as you see, the template I used is print postcards. You can rename your items. So I've had to get into the habit of naming things. So I named this by the neighborhood, because if I don't, I lose stuff. And what I've recently started doing, which I will show you how to do here, is see how there's an ad page title on every single thing. So now that I'm making t-shirts for real estate professionals, I have to make a version for light t-shirts and a version for dark t-shirts. So I tend to just replicate the page, and that right, which you do right here, duplicate page, and then I rename it. So we'll say for this is front postcard. That way when it saves and I need to find it in my computer, it's easily accessible with the name. And then here's the back. Super simple. This is when I had red hair because I changed my hair so much. So back postcard. And ta-da, there you go. Super easy, ready to go. And then everything I need to do for Everydoor Direct, it can go right in here. It's easy peasy smeezy. So that was another really easy template I did. And all I used was the photo. And this is the background. I found a rectangle. See, I can change the rectangle. Another rectangle here and put in my text. Shapes go a long way. So in Canva, you have the option for shapes right here. They are great. You don't have to get overly creative. You just have to go back to like that kindergarten like class we had where we're like, okay, the rectangle, the square, the circle, how can I use these? Takes the guesswork out of it. Now, for those of you that really want to explore, these are some of my far more complicated ones. And I'm going to show you what I do and where I house elements that like Heather said, going down the rabbit hole. Sometimes I will be looking for something and then I'll say, that's a really cool element, but I can't use it right now. I want to find it later. So there is an option. Is it down here?
When they started adding all that stuff, it totally has thrown me off.
Here we go. I think it's in here. Nope. Where is it? I know they move stuff around too. Here it is. Sorry. I had to find it, y'all. Okay. So you have this little tab here and you can scroll up and down. Usually this is where everyone just lives. They never go past the little bar, but there's a start option right here. So what you can do is, let's say I'm going to search for an ant. I want a new little ant. Well, here's one. You see how the little dots pop up? I can click on those 3 dots and each element has a tag. So what I've even done is when I need to find something comparable to what I'm working with, but a little bit different, is I can look for the keywords and maybe I want to find something very specific to that. I can click on this keyword called colored and then other things will pop up. Or you can come here and say more like this and then look, more bugs pop up. And then when I find one I really, really like, you see the star option? I can star this bug and find it later on. So if I star our little mosquito friend here, I'm going to star him. He's now been starred. I could click over here and view it. Or if I'm starting a new project, scroll down to my start option and look at all of my starred elements I have saved for future use.
I've never starred an element.
Really? I do.
No.
Love it.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. It's like, whew, like I have planners. Look at this. Like there's create as a new page because I don't want to mess it up. But look, I've started planner templates. You can start templates, all kinds of stuff. And you just come back to it. I have real estate stuff that I've saved where I'm like, this is a good foundation and base, and I can modify it later on. Because sometimes, like Heather said, I don't have the time, nor do I have the headspace to start from scratch. But I know if you give me a foundation of a template, I can make it really great. So like, for instance, I created a habit tracker recently, and I'm going to show you this crazy cool habit tracker, but I'm going to show you the template that I got it from. So this is my habit tracker that I completely modified and did, but let's just add one new page. So we're going to duplicate this page. I'm going to have to remember to delete that later. You click on something. I go to my start option. I'm going to scroll down, and I was looking for templates for habit trackers, and look. Oh, I guess I should have just done add as new page anyways.
But sometimes that doesn't show up, and then it'll take over your page. So it's like, I always add it just in case.
Just in case, right? So this is what I used for my habit tracker template. And as you see, it looks totally different. Totally different. Well, here's the thing. See that versus that. It's just a really helpful, easy to go page. Let me just do undo. There we go. That way I don't mess that up for later. So this one, I have a family group chat where we do dad jokes with my husband's family, and someone sent a dad joke, and it was this dad joke. So I was like, oh my gosh, that's hilarious. I'm going to make a social media post about it. So I did. So I searched for ants. As you see, this was the original element. So I went in and edited it, and I think I got rid of the water by using the background eraser. And then I added it here, found this little shadow option. So this is a shadow that's not attached. I created that. And found little additional ants. And then I put through a sign, right? Isn't that cute? And then I changed it. I zoomed in instead of, actually, no, I think Photify has rented as an option in there. And that's where I got it, right? No, just kidding. I lied. Photify has a plain one with nothing up there. So I added rented. Isn't that cute?
No, I remember you posting that, and I was like, oh my gosh, that's so adorable.
Yeah. And it's just like little things, like each ant's a little different. This background is different. That's not attached. This is just a rectangle. See, just like a squared off rectangle. So you can get really creative if you want to. And I do this stuff on my downtime. Like when I need a nice like endorphin release and something that's just fun.
So to me, it's it's like when I wake up at 3:30 in the morning, like it's really almost just like my outlet.
Yes.
I mean, it's not for everyone, but everyone's different. And
right.
For me, creativity is definitely far superior in the morning for me than the afternoon. And it's just a release. It's something I do. I mean, as soon as I wake up at the same time. I don't care what day of the week it is. I'm doing something. I'm playing at 4:00 in the morning on a Saturday, on a Sunday. Everybody else is asleep, and it's just an outlet for me. So it's fun. And it's just, I don't know.
No, it's great. It's definitely great. It's food for the soul for sure. And you can have creativity in different ways. Maybe videos is your thing, and that's all you do is use the video element of it. Everyone will tell you I was very anti anything video for the longest time, and I have learned to love and embrace it. And then I started doing like animated art stuff through.
I was gonna say you did like the video leap and all that whatever, and that's next month next month is marketing for the holidays, but then the following month is the apps, because I'm on my desktop. I can't see them. The older I get, the worse my eyes are. And
yeah, but there's a ton of stuff you can do. It's crazy. So like one last thing I'll show y'all, and then we'll go on with our days, is I did a client appreciation event. And my client appreciation event was making soap at this place called Buff City Soap. So this was a postcard that I made from the flyer for those clients that couldn't attend an RSVP note. So I bought little body soap, not body soaps, but body butter and a sugar scrub that was really tiny, and I could put in the mail for under like $5 for each person. I made this, and then I saved that to my computer from that template. And then where did I put it? I should have saved it to here it is. Then I just duplicated it. See here, 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 as many times as I had to. So I printed it out on my printer here, cut it, put it in the little envelope to send with a little gift, and mailed it off to my clients. It didn't really take long to do. And it all stemmed from my original invitation, which I sent out to all of my clients from this design. So
well, that's good. And I know like even Popeyes and stuff like that, you can actually do the labels.
yeah.
Like I create them all in here and then just basically save one, throw it into Word and whatever Avery design we're doing labels on and print labels, stick them on whatever it is. Well, that's so cute though.
It is. There's like a ton of things you can do. Like I just endless options and oh.
And so someone's still looking for stickers. Yes, Photofy has them. We have links in the group. And now I'm going to see if, let's see, for some reason, rem.ax/stickers is, I don't know why. Dang, I don't know why I know that. And that's from my Dropbox, but
I think it's right because you've used it so much.
I guess because we are asked it a lot. So I'm putting the link in here of all the ones that I have saved. I have them in my Dropbox. There you go. There we go. Let me do that one. So that goes to my Dropbox for I have whichever ones I could get Giphies for. So those are the movement ones. But I also have just the PNGs, transparent backgrounds. So everything's in there. So should be good to go on that. So do that. And that's, let's see. I think that's the only questions. I mean, that was a lot of good stuff, of course. And I mean, both of our heads are a scary place to be, especially when it comes to marketing, when it comes to Canva and all of that. So definitely comment on the video. Let us know what else you want to learn because we do have to get 2024. Isn't that crazy to think?
I know, my gosh.
2024, getting our ideas on different classes. And I know Canva is always a big one. So we would love it.
Do like an entire year on Canva classes. That's how much there is. Like, it's just honestly the first step, and I'm sure Heather can agree with this, is just go in and explore and play around.
For sure. And yeah, the sky's the limit. But if you have any questions on Canva, always feel free, post it in the groups. We're here to help however we can. And next month is the marketing for the holidays. Lots of great ideas and just different things to get the juices flowing. And then we have lots of great stuff coming up. So
can't wait for that. I have so much stuff. That's my favorite stuff to do is Halloween and Christmas.
I did marry a holiday.
It's a good one.
Every day's a holiday. Sorry. When you have, you get, I've heard it all. So now I just go with it. So It's awesome. And thank you. Yes, go play. And then we will see you guys next month. Any questions, you guys know how to find us. Thank you guys.
Thanks.